Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Andhra 25% less power consumption in April. In the peak lockdown period of March last week and April, the power consumption by the industrial sector has seen a massive dip of almost 850 million units compared to the previous year. During the period, the domestic consumption has gone up almost 190 million units. The situation was better in March as the lockdown had come into effect from 25th of the month, with overall consumption reaching 4,840 MU as against 4,581 MU last year. However, the officials noted that the massive drop in the energy consumption could be observed in the month of April, which recorded 25% lower consumption overall across residential, agriculture, industries, commercial, traction, and others. While 5,221 MU were consumed in April last year, only 3,937 MU were consumed in 2020. According to officials, the industrial power consumption, which was 1,569 MU in March 2019 and 1,317.47 MU in April 2019, had gone down to 1,189 MU and 912 MU this year, respectively. Similarly, the domestic consumption increased to 1,076 MU and 1,320 MU in March and April this year. Visakhapatnam records 6 more coronavirus deaths, 74 new cases. 74 new infections were recorded in Vizag district, which pushed the total cases to 2,530. 6 more persons succumbed to the virus. 11 casualties were reported in the last 2 days alone, taking the toll to 46. As many as 135 more patients were discharged from COVID hospitals after recovering. Andhra Medical College Principal and North Andhra COVID Special Officer P.V. Sudhakar said in a statement, the district has now 341 containment clusters with the addition of 31 more on Thursday. Of them, 129 are very active and 212 active. Apollo Hospital, Arilova, Anaya Colony, Narsipatnam, BC Colony, Vepagunta, Bhanuji Thota, Tagaru Puvalasa, ITI Road, Bharatnagar, Kalisapuram, Kaputungalam 1, Kaputungalam 2, Ketinpeta, Bhujimpeta, Kothavidi, Mangalvidi, Mithilapuri NGOs Colony, and Neralvalasa are among the 31 new clusters. COVID-19 tally in Andhra Pradesh surges past 40,000, toll crosses 500. The COVID-19 toll in Andhra Pradesh has crossed the 5,000 mark and now stands at 534, with another 42 casualties reported across the state in the last 24 hours. The state's tally of cases also crossed the 40,000 mark and now stands at 40,646, with another 2,602 cases reported in the last 24 hours. It is the third consecutive day that more than 2,000 cases were reported on a single day. On the brighter side, the number of recoveries crossed the 20,000 mark and now stands at 20,298, with another 837 people discharged from hospitals. As per the media bulletin issued by the State Command Control Room Health on Friday, among the 42 casualties, 6 were reported in Anandpur district, followed by Chittur 5, Guntur 4, West Godavari 4, Kadapa 3, Visakhapatnam 3, Kurnool 2, Nellore 2, Vizianagaram 2, and Krishna 1. As many as 20,245 samples were tested between Thursday morning and Friday morning, and the total number of samples tested so far in the state reached 12,60,512. A total of 16,584 people are undergoing treatment in the hospitals, and another 3,230 are being treated at COVID care centers. The number of active cases in the state is 19,814. Among the 20,298 discharged so far, 17,812 are from the state, 2,105 are those who returned from other states, and 381 are those who returned from other countries. In the last 24 hours till Monday morning, the highest number of cases, 643, were reported in East Godavari district, followed by Guntur 367, Chittur 328, Kurnool 315, Anandpur 297, Srikakulam 149, Nellore 127, West Godavari 109, Vizianagaram 89, Kadapa 55, Prakasam 53, Krishna 37, and Visakhapatnam 23. 8 cases were reported from other states and 2 from other countries. 140 Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam staff members test positive for coronavirus. As many as 140 staff members of the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam's TTD that governs Lord Venkateswara Shrine at Tirumala near here have tested positive for COVID-19 since June 11. The temple was reopened on that day due to coronavirus lockdown, a top functionary of TTD said. Speaking to reporters, TTD chairman YV Subbareddy said 14 Archika's assistant priests, 16 workers in laddu making kitchens, and 56 security personnel were among the infected. Of the 140 affected, 17 were discharged and the rest being provided treatment, he said. However, the TTD would continue to allow entry of devotees less than 12,000 in number and into the temple daily, he added. Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation's home isolation COVID-19 kits win applause. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation (GHMC), which generally gets criticized over the issue of civic amenities, has come in for a lot of praise from home quarantined COVID-19 patients for providing them with home isolation kits. In the last 2 weeks, the civic body distributed around 16,300 home isolation kits comprising immunity boosters, masks, and sanitizers free of cost to the patients. Another 10,000 such kits are being readied for distribution among the COVID patients who are under home quarantine in the coming weeks, GHMC Commissioner D.S. Lokesh Kumar told. In view of increasing COVID-19 cases in Greater Hyderabad, we are ready to provide these kits to all the patients at their doorsteps free of cost. We want to see that all of them get well soon, he added. Around 6,500 patients with mild symptoms are currently undergoing treatment at home. It's a good initiative by the GHMC. The kits help those in quarantine recover fast. The kits include B complex, vitamin C, and zinc tablets for 17 days. This also include reusable cloth masks and sanitizers. I would have been happier if the medicines were for more number of days, Vasanta Kumari, a resident of Jawaharnagar, said. Six more Andhra districts get upgraded Arogyasri. Another milestone was crossed in YSR Arogyasri when Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy launched the enhanced services of the scheme in another 6 districts. With this, Arogyasri will cover 2,200 medical procedures instead of the existing 1,259 medical procedures in Kadapa, Kurnool, Prakasam, Guntur, Vizianagaram, and Vishakhapatnam districts. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Minister said another step was taken to provide better medical and health services to the poor and ensure that they never get into a debt trap over medical expenses. He pointed out that when the new government took over, only 1,059 medical procedures were covered under the scheme and it was not implemented effectively, which was evident from the fact that Rs 680 crore dues to Arogyasri network hospitals were kept pending by the previous government. Change it all and initially enhanced the number of medical procedures from 1059 to 1259 to ensure that the poor people avail medical treatment in a dignified manner and hospital authority or anyone else do not belittle them. My government cleared all the pending dues of the tune of Rs 680 crore of network hospitals. At the same time, to ensure that there is no delay in clearing bills, all payment of Arogyasri are being made through Green Channel, he said. COVID-19. To overcome shortage of doctors, Telangana government to deploy 1,200 PG medical students. In a major decision to overcome the shortage of doctors amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the Telangana government has decided to absorb 1,200 PG medical students in the state in government hospitals. Besides, the state government on Friday decided to fill 200 doctors' vacancies in primary health centers (PHCs). All the medical and health staff would continue to get 10% extra salary as a COVID incentive. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao took these decisions at a review meeting on COVID-19. The state government also directed private hospitals to announce and display the vacant bed position on daily basis. As per statistics available till Thursday, as many as 3,692 COVID-19 patients were being treated in hospitals in Telangana. All of them except 200 patients with other health complications are being recovering. Till Thursday, 41,018 COVID-19 cases were reported and 27,295 67% had recovered. Another 9,636 are in home quarantine. Relief for Telangana government as SC Jung's plea against demolition of old Secretariat building. In a huge relief to the Telangana government, the State High Court on Friday dismissed the PIL filed by the Professor P.L. Vishweshwar Rao, Vice President of Telangana Janasamiti, and Cheruku Sudhakar of Telangana Inti Party against the ongoing demolition of the old Secretariat buildings in Saifabad area situated adjacent to Hussain Sagar Lake in Hyderabad. The petitioner alleged this is taking place in violation of the Disaster Management Act 2005, Construction and Demolition Pest Management Rules 2016, Epidemic Diseases Act 1897, Environment Protection Act 1986, and against various judgments of the Supreme Court and High Court. The court took into consideration the submission of Assistant Solicitor General N. Rajeshwar Rao, appearing for the central government, that there is no need for the state to take prior environmental clearance under the EIA notification 2006 from the Ministry of Environment and Forest to demolish the subject buildings. The ASG said that the state government can obtain necessary permission from the local authority concerned. Telangana government to extend mid-day meal scheme to students of junior and degree colleges. The Telangana government has decided to introduce the mid-day meal scheme in all junior and degree colleges from this academic year. So far, the scheme had been available only for high school students in the state. The introduction of the mid-day meal scheme in intermediate and degree college students is intended to reduce the dropout rate in government colleges. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao took a decision to this effect on Friday. Students who were attending junior and degree colleges in the morning were leaving the colleges in afternoon. As a result, the dropout rate was increasing in government junior and degree colleges, the Chief Minister said. If the students were provided nutritious food, then they would be healthy and it would also help in reducing the dropout rate. Rao felt a government lecturer, Raghuram, was spending money from his pocket to provide midday meals to junior college students in Jadcherla. When it came to the notice of the Chief Minister, he congratulated the lecturer and said that the government too recognized the need to introduce the scheme in junior and degree colleges. Rao also sanctioned a new building for a junior college in Jadcherla. Telangana government launches website to draw more investments. The state government launched Invest Telangana website with an aim to attract more investments. Finance Minister T. Harish Rao launched the website in the presence of IT and Industries Minister K. T. Rama Rao and Energy Minister G. Jagdish Reddy at the MCR HRD, designed by the State Industries and IT departments and the Invest Telangana wing of the government. The website has all the information required for those interested in investing in the state. The Industries Department has also listed out the advantages of investing in Telangana on the website. Ramarao recalled that the state stood in first in the Ease of Doing Business EODB rankings. He said that Telangana would promote healthy competition with neighboring states in order to attract investments from across the globe. The website would provide several government services for the investors. In future, its content would be available in all major international languages, Ramarao said. Additional information on Telangana's investment potential is available on https://invest.telangana.gov.in. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share, and subscribe By and Times.